Здравствуйте, я Victoria, and this video is the continuation of the previous video about Russian alphabet, and now we are going to go through all the Russian reading rules. It's going to be tough, but we can do it. Let's start. The soft sign and the hard sign have no phonetic value on their own. Their function is to signal how the preceding and following letter should be pronounced. They cannot occur at the beginning of a word. The soft sign is very common both at the end of a word, like учитель, and in the middle of a word, like пальто. The hard sign is less common. Its most usual function is to separate a prefix ending in a consonant from a word stem beginning with a vowel letter. For example, съездить. The hard sign may also be used within a word stem to separate syllables from one to another. For example, subject. There are 10 vowel letters in Russian. A, E, Yo, I, O, U, I, E, U, Ya, and 20 consonant letters B, V, G, D, Ž, Z, K, L, M, N, P, R, S, T, F, H, C, Ch, Sh, Sh. The letter I is a semivowel. Ya is always stressed. The dots are omitted in most written and printed texts, which means that yo looks exactly like ye, but the distinction must be made in speech. The dots are indicated in dictionaries, but yo is usually treated as a variant of ye when words are ordered alphabetically. Problems may arise in distinguishing between все, everyone, and все, everything. For example, все уже пришли and все в порядке. Word stress. Word stress is the most problematic aspect in Russian pronunciation. The stress may fall on any syllable and must be learned separately for each word. Stress may be the distinguishing feature between two different words. For example, уже and уже, or дома and дома. Unstressed vowels are always shorter than stressed ones, and their quality may also change. In particular, unstressed O is pronounced as in the same way as the A, while unstressed Ye and Ya are pronounced more or less like I. For example, in the word молоко, the last O is stressed and it sounds like O. Or in the word можно, if O is unstressed, it sounds like A, выход. If ya is stressed or placed in the beginning of a word, we pronounce it as ya, пять, яблоко. But when it is unstressed, it sounds like I, 500, 50. If ye is stressed, it sounds like ye, like in the alphabet. Время, 7. Stressed may vary between different grammatical forms of the same word and between words derived from the same root. For example, слово, слова, был, была, окно, окна, страна, страны, пишу, пишешь. Many of the consonants in Russian fall into pairs consisting of a voiced and a voiceless sound. There are 6 pairs, voiced and voiceless. B, P, V, F, G, K, D, T, Ž, Š, Z, S. The voiced consonants are always pronounced voiceless at the end of a word. When two consonants come together, the first of them often changes from voiceless to voiced, if the second consonant is voiced and vice versa. For example, the letter B at the end of the word хлеб, we pronounce it like voiceless, P. Or остров, we write V but pronounce F. Берег, город, нож, вниз. And the same in consonant clusters. Завтра, ложка, из парка, футбол, с берега. Palatalization, or softening of consonants. Almost all Russian consonants can be pronounced either hard or soft. The consonants B, V, G, D, Z, K, L, M, N, P, R, S, T, F, H are pronounced soft if followed by Е, Ё, I, Ю, Я or мягкий знак. The hard consonants usually sound similar to its English equivalent. In pronouncing a soft consonant, the back of the tongue is raised towards the hard palate. However, you should try to avoid pronouncing a separate y sound after soft consonants in Russian. For example, папа, пять. You pronounce like p, пять, not пять, пять. Нос, нёс, not нёс, нёс. You pronounce it all together. Now try to pronounce it by yourself. Папа, пять. Нос, нёс. Рад, ряд. Мама, мясо. Брат, брать. The letters ч, ща, ж, ц, and ша don't conform to this rule. For example, ч and ща are always pronounced soft, while ж, ц, and ша are always hard. The hardness of ж, ц, and ша is reflected in the pronunciation of I after these consonants. After ж, ц, and ша, I must be sounded as I. Also in the writing, the letter I never can follow after ж or ша. For example, наши, жирный, жизнь. I is pronounced as I. The relationship between sound and spelling is fairly regular in Russian. If you know the position of the stress in a given word and the rules explained above, you will almost invariably arrive at the correct pronunciation. There are, however, some exceptions. Spelling G sound V. In the ending of ogo, ego, we always pronounce it like ova. Нового, хорошего. In the words его, ничего, сегодня. Spelling G but sounds H, occasionally when followed by K, like мягкий, легко. We pronounce G as H. Spelling Ch sound Sh. In a few individual words when followed by N or T. Конечно, скучно, что, чтобы. Cluster of 3 or more consonants. One consonant is omitted. Almost always in the combination STN, ZDN, and in a few other cases. For example, поздно, известный, чувство, счастливый, здравствуй, солнце. Т мягкий знак СЯ, Т СЯ we pronounce as ца, always. Заниматься, купается. СЧ, ЗЧ and ЖЧ we pronounce as ща, always. Считать, мужчина. СШ, ЗШ always like ш, the long ш. Шить без шапки. СЖ, ЗЖ like long ж, always. С журналом езжу. The last subject is intolerant consonants. Certain consonants are intolerant towards certain vowels letters. It means they cannot be followed by the letters concerned. K, G, H, Ž, Ch, Sh, Щ. After them, you have to write always I and never U. And the same letters, but plus C, G, K, H, Ž, Ch, Sh, Щ, C, always A and U, and hardly ever Ya or U. Ž, Ch, Sh, Щ, C, unstressed Е instead of O. For example, в большом, хорошем доме. These rules are very important in declension of words in Russian cases. That is all for this lesson. Hope it will help you to improve your Russian. and try to read something after seeing this video. See you in the next video. Пока!